In Sirât, a father and his son arrive at a rave deep in the mountains of southern Morocco. They're searching for Ma, their daughter and sister who vanished months ago at one of these endless, sleepless parties. Surrounded by electronic music and a raw, unfamiliar sense of freedom, they hand out photos again and again. Hope is fading, but they push through and follow a group of raiders heading to one last party in the desert. Sirât is directed by Óliver Laxe, and he has previously directed films such as Mimosas and Fire Will Come, and Sirât just debuted in official competition at the Cannes Film Festival. Sirât is definitely one of the best films of this year. It's an experience, a film that you've never seen before. It's not for the faint of heart. In the first half of the film, we follow father and son played by Sergi López and his son played by Bruno, Núñez, and they are searching for Sergi López's daughter, and she's been disappeared for 5 months, I think. They haven't had any contact for 5 months, but they had some information that she might be at this rave party in Morocco. So they go to this rave party in their camper van, the very small van, and they ask around many people, hand out photos, have you seen her? But nobody's seen her. And then they find out, but there's going to be another rave party in the desert. So they think, and they're told that maybe she'll be there. So they meet some other Spanish people at this party, and they while at this party, some armed forces come to the party and break up the party because there's a civil war at the moment in Morocco, and the government has established a state of emergency. So they break up this party, and all the partygoers are not happy. So they have to get in buses and get into their bus and get into the van and leave the party. And while they're trying to leave the party, the other Spanish people that they met at the party, they escape from the armed forces and drive away. And then Sergi López and his son get into the van and follow them into the desert. And then the first half of the film is just Sergi López and his son following the other Spanish couples in their vans. But this first half of the film is kind of like Mad Max type way, because they're going through the deserts and they're trying to survive this environment, and it's different weather conditions, and these Spanish people who they're following, they're like covered in tattoos and strange haircuts, and they're driving through the desert and doing crazy things, and so this first half of the film has a Mad Max type feeling to it. And then there's really strong techno music playing through the first half of the film, and if you watch this film in a cinema, like the film is very vibrating, that the speakers like do, and your seat moves as the film goes on, and the film just immerses you in this music. But the film takes a dramatic turn halfway through the film. It just completely changes, something really devastating happens, and the musical score changes, and the feeling of the movie changes. In the first half of the film, it's quite optimistic and upbeat, but this event that happens halfway through the film really just changes the whole mood of the film, and in the first half of the film we have a goal we're going towards, but in the second half of the film we're kind of just, where as a viewer and the characters in this film and as a viewer we're kind of lost, we don't know where we're going, and we're just kind of in despair, and we're kind of succumb to the nature, we're the desert nature. We have no choice but to just submit ourselves to the nature and to the uncertain directions of the film. And as I said before, this film is not for the faint of heart, because in the second half of the film, I'm not trying not to spoil too much, but in the second half of the film, the film just puts a gun to your head, and you have no choice but to absorb everything that happens, and hit after hit after hit after hit after hit, and it's just very emotionally draining. And by the end of the film, just like, oh, but the film does end on a not uplifting, but kind of like a very just okay, sobering feeling. So you're with the characters at the end of the film, and it's just like, like as if the characters and the viewer just trying to think what just happened, and so it's a very sobering ending that really just gives you some time to think of just what happened and what's going to happen in the future. I give Sirât 4.5 stars out of 5. Sirât is one hell of an experience. It's one of the best films of the year. It changes. It gives you so many feelings throughout the film. The first half of the film is just so optimistic and upbeat with the techno music. It just overwhelms you with its the nature and the music. But in the second half of the film, it just completely changes into something completely different and just so overwhelming and just hit after hit after hit. So this film is not for the faint of heart, but if you're after something that's completely different and something so emotional and so engaging, then I definitely recommend checking out Sirât. Thanks for watching. What did you think of Sirât? Please comment below what you thought of the film. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.